Okay, guys, Kelly's got something for the Peregrine side about our health insurance, so listen up.
Hi guys, how we doing? Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Beautiful day. So our open enrollment goes live in 2 weeks. Just like every year, you're going to receive an email from Employee Navigator that just walks you through whatever choices you want to make for, health insurance, dental, all those things. The only changes this year is we have done away with Guardian. So we are, as of June 1, we will no longer have Guardian. We're going to Principal for our dental, long-term, short-term disability, critical illness, those types of services. We're still keeping Anthem for our vision and our health. So literally all you have to do is just open your email. The last time I was here, I said, open your email. Make sure you're checking your emails because we have to get that filled out by June 1. Because we are changing from Guardian to Principal, there's a little bit of work going on in the background. So I'm going to get you the sheets with all the information about the selections that you can have and get them out within the next 2 weeks to you, again, by email. So make sure you check those. Does anybody have any questions? Cool.
Nobody?
That's all I have.
All right.
I appreciate it.
We'll be reminding you about that as well. Probably Anna or myself or possibly even Chris to remind you all to get this insurance taken care of. Because if you don't do it, you don't have anything. So you got to do it.
Yeah.
So be watching for those emails that Kelly be sending out.
Thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
You too. Have fun.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, this is our second quarter safety meeting. And we were supposed to have a state trooper here today, and unfortunately, he had to cancel. He's got some family matters going on and wasn't able to make it, so I got that magic wand on my desk and I created a meeting for you all. Some of this you're probably not gonna like, but it's okay. We have harsh events. Jesse gets them, I get them. Todd, do you get them too? Todd gets them. Chris, do you get them? Chris gets them also. They come across my email. They come across my phone. So if you got a DVR there's something wrong, I get that as well. From March 1st to the end, from November 1st to the end of March, right here is how many harsh events we had. Eagle had 72. Peregrine had 355. High numbers is not a winner. Not a winner at all. Okay? So, you all are going to be graded on these harsh events. When it comes to review time, you're going to have a list. You're going to have a list of everything that you've done wrong. Every harsh event, a rolling stop, a harsh brake, harsh turn, following distance. That seems to be a close one I get now, is people are just tailgating everybody. And we're going to see some videos on this. I'd like to know your all's opinions on it. This one. Are we just going to push them over in the other lane?
Yeah.
Because we're pissed off?
That was mean, but to be fair, I'm not gonna make up an excuse, but that car came all the way from the right lane. I had done got over from got the hammer lane because right there, that's a free cross.
It still doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. You all need to be in control of the vehicle. Here's another one. He's got 2 semis come over on him. That's still a harsh event.
Whose fault's that?
Well, we should be applying the brakes.
He did. He had my mom.
I'm telling you guys, you're not gonna like what I got to say after this. Truck operator behaviors that put you at risk. Speeding, careless driving, erratic, improper driving. Jesse sees that, I see it, I call her, she's like, oh my God, and I was like, I know. And then we're having to call a driver and say, what are you doing? Why are you not paying attention? We always talk about distracted driving. And it's not just you, it's everyone around you. I had a guy yesterday that almost plowed me over in Anchorage because he's on his phone. He was not a young kid. And he was on his phone going through, just blowing through a stop sign because I guess he thought he was entitled or whatever. I don't know. So that happens as well.
I was gonna add something to that. So something else, and it's not even, it is as well like drivers being distracted, but the other cars around you, you have to be kind of cautious of them as well, because back in September, I was in like a horrific car accident where a kid was texting and
You're gonna have to
driving.
speak up, Jesse.
I was in an accident in September where a kid was texting and driving and plowed right into me. Lucky I didn't die. So like, yes, you don't wanna be texting and driving or anything, but be cautious of the people around you, because there are young kids out there and people who see this stuff.
So at the end of the day, we want you all to go home to your family. So please be mindful of that, be paying attention, so you guys can go home. Will you all pass this week? Would you bet your paycheck on it? Amy would. And some of you would. Some of you have got a good understanding of your equipment and stuff. The 13th through the 15th is the blitz. They're gonna be looking at hours of service. They're gonna be looking at drivers. They've heavily emphasized that they are looking at drivers. And I know y'all gonna argue with me on this one too. They want you to have your medical card and your license with you. And I know your medical card is attached to your license, but they physically wanna see it. So if you all don't-
That said you can have to have it.
I know that, but the blitz is saying you have to have it. So if you don't have a copy of it, let me know. I'll get you your copy that I have, but you need to have it with you this week. That'll be the one thing that somebody has, and you'll say, just like Sean, well, it's attached to my license. They don't care. They want to see it. So make sure you've got that.
Digital picture work, if they take a picture with their phone?
No,
They want a hard copy?
they really want hard copies. They don't even want insurance cards like that. They want a piece of paper. They're paper people, apparently. You know,
Would that go the same for our permits? Are they wanting paper or because we get emails?
Yeah, we send them emails.
probably that is okay, because they actually can see in the state where you purchased it. You know, so that's fine. But they're gonna wanna see a medical card, your driver's license. They're gonna be checking to see if you're falsifying your logs. They're checking to see if you are abusing PC for any reason. They're gonna be looking at the tires as well. And I know Amy got some tires replaced today, some guys have gone forward and gotten some lights taken care of and everything. Just be mindful and really check your equipment this week. Don't give anybody any reason to pull you over. There's not anybody in here that does, yeah, theirs does, Forest Hill, out there in Kansas, out there in Missouri, those mean people. They are gonna be all over everybody. Because those people working that place, it's like their brand new job and they're trying to make a name for themselves, and they're just, so make sure that all your equipment's good. They're gonna be looking at tires, wheels, rims, hubs, everything. Make sure you don't have any wheel seals leaking. Your lights, of course, probably gonna see if your horn works, all that good stuff. So be prepared, because it's gonna happen. I want y'all to see some of the things that I see. I got to see that this week. That was a driver ended up on the side of the road.
Is that one of our drivers?
Yeah, it's one of ours. It's an Eagle driver. Said he hit a pothole. I'm not sure I believe that. This is hard to see.
That's $7,000.
That's $7,000 right there. Because we had a subunit and we hit something. That little bump there caused all kinds of problems on the inside. These trucks are made out of plastic. Everything's plastic, everything is disposable. So, need to be reporting these things. I'm not sure how that happened or why that's like that, but it's getting fixed, or was getting fixed. This, when you all have blowouts, you sometimes can have a lot of damage under your trailer. It'll blow air lines, it'll blow the electric out. This was the frame from a blowout got busted. So, if you have a blowout, you need to be looking, you need to be checking. You know, when you get to a safe spot, when you're off the road, you need to be looking underneath your trailer. Do I have any other damage under here that I wasn't prepared for? Because the guy that comes out and changes the tires, he can't fix that. Half the time they can't fix the lights or anything else. So be looking for damage under your trailer after you have a blowout. These are tires. I had somebody come in one day to run a load and that's the tires they were dealt with. This has been corrected. But this also, these local trailers, I don't want to see this ever again. There's no reason why you can't go get a tire. You're not that busy, I'm sorry. I said it out loud. You're not that busy, you can't go get a tire. That was the Eagle trailer. That's enough right there to get you pulled over, if nothing else. We are going to have a new insurance starting on the 15th of May, Peregrine is. And they are gonna be monitoring our harsh events and our logs. So, every harsh break, I have to explain to them why it happened. Every harsh turn, I'm gonna have to explain to them why that driver did that. If you didn't take your 30-minute break, or you're over your 11 or over your 14, I have to explain all this with every event. You stop and think. 355 from November to March. You take it for a whole entire year. For 2 companies, it's gonna be ridiculous. So slow down, back off, be mindful when you're making your turns. Sometimes you do have to do tight turns, I get it. Cooley gets a ton of harsh brakes and he's sitting still. Not even doing anything. Sometimes he's adjusting the load that's in his trailer. You know, you gotta hit the brake, sometimes you gotta shift it. Travis does the same thing. Rick Shepard used to do the same thing. I'm still gonna have to explain those, but at least he's doing his job. He's trying to get his load leveled out. He's doing a tug test, blah, blah, blah. But that's gonna be the fun things that we're gonna be dealing with this next year. Summer's coming up. Make sure you all have water in your truck. Make sure that you're drinking, you're hydrating yourself. We had a driver last year that Laura had to go rescue because he was getting into heat stroke, confused, dizzy, throwing up, everything. So make sure you're wearing your sunscreen, to protect your skin, and be mindful of these things, okay? So that's it.
Drinks on my
Griggs, do you have anything you want to say? Nope.
Say it, Jess, you know you got
Jesse?
No, I said distracted driving.
Yep.
I'll say that at every safety meeting.
Todd? No? Yes, Amy? Yes. You will have new ones in hand as soon as I get them. I hope that I get the insurance cards this week. I just met with them yesterday. I don't have a policy number yet. I hope to have that soon. I'm hoping to have the insurance cards maybe one day this week so I can get them to everybody. So, and if you're over the road at that point, we'll email them to you. You can print them out. You can print them out at the customer or print them out at a truck stop. Okay? All right, that's all I got, guys.